Hi, my name is Nora, and this is the DGS Action News. I'm here as an 8th grader at DGS.
Hi, my name is Tiana. I'm also an 8th grader at DGS.
Hi, my name is Braden. I'm also an 8th grader at DGSN.
One of the things I'm really enjoying about this year is the atmosphere we're creating at soccer games. At the end of the day, we all push out onto the field and there are concession stands, and you're able to hang out with friends and really cheer on the team. So it's a great atmosphere that we've created.
From a cheerleader's point of view, it was fun supporting the athletes, especially after hard work at school. And I don't know any other middle school that has middle school cheer.
As a player, I think it's really fun to hear all the support and just see my friends on the stands cheering for me and the whole team. It was fun to just meet new people throughout the whole school.
Got 8th graders Nathan and Brody here. Guys, obviously a lot of Go Pride from you two. Tell me what you think about coming to the games after school.
Really fun. I love seeing my friend Braden out there play hard and block the goals so that we can win. Because victory is what matters.
We have to yell whenever he blocks the ball because he did a good boy job.
Hey, DGS Northfield families, a couple things I want to get a chance to talk about in our news today. The first is something that we covered in our Thursday folder. And as a school, we always strive to be honest about any of the issues that we're facing so that families have the opportunity to talk about those at school. And one of the things you'll be able to read about in this Thursday folder is that on Monday, there was an incident where our staff was able to identify that some students had brought marijuana onto campus, and those students did receive an out-of-school suspension as well as some support and services for that, and that's discussed in our Thursday folder. And I think what we get a chance to recognize here as a school and as a middle school is that we know that our students face access to risky decisions, and we want to support those students as they navigate that risk so they can make sure that they are on their path to success and so they can be successful in their life. But we realize that that effort takes a village. So certainly instances where we have a strict policy and students receive a consequence for their actions, that's one ingredient. Creating a joyful and positive school environment where students can dive into soccer and dive into science and dive into literacy and mathematics and friendship, that's another move that we're able to make. But something else that we want to do is just make sure we're talking about these issues. And with that in mind, we're going to be hosting a Zoom meeting for students and for families to attend on Thursday, October 21st, and it's titled Path to Success, Navigating Risk in Our Teenage Years. And what we're going to get a chance to do is to talk about some of the risks that our teenagers face in middle school and high school. And this might not be quite as relevant for some of our younger students or some of our really risk-averse students, but we know that students are going to need to have successful strategies if they're going to be able to avoid drugs or alcohol or tobacco, sexual activity, access to weapons, social media. And so what I'm going to be doing is just relaying what are some of the risks that students face. What are some of the strategies that students can use to overcome that risk? How can they navigate groupthink? How can they make sure they're making successful friend choices and that they're really prioritizing their goals and making their loved ones proud? Because we've seen many students use this blueprint to have a successful middle school and high school and then matriculate onto college. And what we want to make sure is that all of our students have access to that same information. It's not just going to be a PSA. It's not just going to be a lecture. Time for students to reflect with their families. And this came up in coffee and conversation because parents say, it's pretty hard for me to say, can you pass the mashed potatoes? Are you making good friend choices? So it's good for us to be able to help structure these conversations. We hope that some of our families attend. There's a link for that in the Thursday folder. And it should be a really good opportunity for all of our families to make sure that their students are prepared to navigate risk during their teenage years.